Yo, what is going on, money team? It's your boy JDUN Trades with Team Bull Trading, and I hope you all had a discipline-filled trading day. We are live and back in action with one of our most valuable videos in quite a while. Myself, GD Investments, and Brandon Trades, three Team Bull traders all come together to break down our exact trades, what we did right, wrong, and everything in between in today's video. So without further ado, we're going to transfer over to the Zoom and get ready for some education-filled trade recaps and some insightful knowledge on everything you need to know to become profitable. What is going on, fam? We are live and back in action with yet another valuable trade recap from not one, not two, but three Team Bull trading legends teaching you exactly what we traded during the day, what went right, what went wrong, and everything that you need to know to learn our systems and trade them yourself. So without further ado, GD, Brandon, welcome to the trade recap. How you guys doing today?
What's going on, man? Pleasure to be here. Doing great.
What's up, Brando Commando?
What up? What up?
So, in today's video, I'm going to briefly break down how I fumbled the bag today. Then, GD is going to break down how he caught a massive move to the upside live in Team Bull, as you can see here.
Solid trade. Caught a new high day and then another new high day. Two trims. Awesome work. The members caught it too. We can see here, nice trade. Let's go. Made 705, 400, 190. Let's get it.
And finally, Brandon's going to break down how he caught the bottom trading SPY or ES futures if you're a futures trader, and everything you need to know to learn these strategies yourself. So that being said, make sure you tap in, hit that subscribe button. You're going to learn everything I know, these guys know, and the rest of Team Bull knows every single day on this YouTube channel. So quick recap, I fumbled the bag badly today, to put things simply. So two of my systems, two of my A+ entries fired, and I caught none of them. To start, during the opening period, I saw that we had a slight sell-off to the downside. However, on this reversal point here, we had higher 5-minute volume. That's step one of my system. We had a reversal candle. That's step two. And step three was we had an aggressive buying candle after. So at this point, I tell Team Bull that I like longs. I like the upside. However, I do not execute. Let's make that very clear. I hesitate. I don't execute. So I like this setup typically because it shows a reversal. We're showing that buyers are stepping in that wick to the upside. It allows us to define our risk below this previous 5-minute low. So this particular trade would have given 50 to 60 cents worth of risk. And as you can see, a few dollars worth of upside with this 5-minute gap to fill above. You love to see that. So this was mistrade number one. Now, mistrade number two is a strategy that I've been talking about over and over on this channel, the 15-minute orb retest. So on this, you mark the 15-minute high, right? Or the first 15 minutes high point, the first 15 minutes low point. You wait for a breakthrough, and then you wait for a retest. What can we see here? We perfectly, aggressively break through with confirming volume. That adds even more edge to the trade. We have a few candles up, pull back to that high point, and then I move up. I was on a phone call outside the room, of course, when this hits. So I get back to my desk, my heart drops. I'm like, damn, I just missed a second A+ setup for the day. And that is the point where I decide that I'm done for the day. Because I've found in the past that if I let my FOMO take over, if I allow myself to trade when I'm not in the right mindset, I always end up losing more money over time. So I missed two A+ setups. I knew that I was frustrated missing those, but I also know that those setups will come again. The market's not going anywhere. Those setups aren't going anywhere. So instead of forcing trades, instead of getting frustrated and taking revenge trades or tilt trades, I sit back, I understand that my trading day is done, and I move on and live to trade another day. And I think that's a very valuable psychology lesson that, I tell Team Bull every single day, discipline over dopamine. It's something we talk about every morning. And it's something that every trader should implement, is that when things don't go your way, learn to call it a day. It's okay. So that being said, let's go over to the boys who did execute, who caught bangers live in real time inside Team Bull, and now we'll teach you exactly what they saw. GD, you're up next.
Neighboring wick moving down to here. Therefore, we have no movement of candles within this area, and we can only assume that buyers would be left to be filled within this area. So I was looking for that retest to get a long entry. So Usually in my trading, one of the best things that I do is wait for candles to confirm. And as you can see, price dips down into this gap and then reverses very quickly. But we don't want to get an entry all the way up here. It would still work, right? But that wouldn't give us the best risk to reward. So what I did was I worked down to the 3 minute time frame. The 3 minute is the lowest I go within my trading. So I worked down to the 3 minute time frame, and this candle tapping into this fair value gap also tapped into the 21 EMA. And what do we see here? We see candle confirmation. This candle comes up, comes down, and retests into that gap, 21 EMA, and then closes higher and green, right? Which is a good sign. It's still an indecision candle, but it shows us that there is buyers and we did hold above. So this next candle starts to form out a little bit. We get an entry right at the top of this candle here, and we place our stop loss at that pre-market low level. And our final target was that pre-market high, which we got, and that was over, you know, a 1-to-1, 1-to-2 risk to reward trade. However, once price starts to make a new high a day, I did get my initial trim because I always recommend traders taking a trim at new high a day or new low of day. So, because we usually see a lot of sellers sitting above a higher day or buyers sitting below low of day. So that was my trade for today. I had a 5 minute gap, 3 minute candle confirmation. We had a strong move higher back into pre-market range that led me to believe trading to the upside was the best thing we could do. And I called all of this live, traded live, and I explained every single thing I look for in that live session, and our members crushed it. So that was my trade for the day.
It's pretty crazy. Like since you started doing your own screen sharing live every day, I think you've had 3 losing days in the past, what, month or two?
Yeah, around 2 months actually.
That's crazy. Just goes to show your trading style is it's cool, man. Like you're very patient. You focus on 1 to 2 good trades a day. And if your system doesn't fire, you don't trade. And if your system does fire, your risk is defined and your win rate stays really damn high. So that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, I average around, 1 to 5 trades per week. I don't go any more than that.
That's awesome. Well, that, my friend, was an incredible trade. And now let's flip the script over to Mr. Brando Commando, the swing king himself, to see how he caught the bottom and how he executed on a high level today. Let's get it.
So I want to show you guys how I was able to capture literally the exact bottom today on SPY. And honestly, like this trade was pretty straightforward. A setup that I do really like to look for on SPY and QQQ is when we get these daily gaps in the market. And typically when we go and fill the gap, we're going to get a reversal. So like if we have a gap up or a gap down right here, when we break above, we're likely going to, go fill the gap and we can look for a reject, or vice versa here. We gapped up, break below this low, and then we could look for a bounce down at this gap fill. So it's the same exact setup today. As you can see, we ended up gapping up a few days ago, and then we had the low of this candle and then the high before price ended up gapping up. So as we started to break below, I was bearish until price filled the gap all the way down at 564.9. Now, when we ended up opening in the morning, typically what I like to look for when we go into bounces or rejects is an exhaustion move into the level. So as soon as we open at 567.20, price was very quick to drop all the way down to this 564.90 level without really pulling back with a green candle. So we had a pretty nice exhaustion move down into the level. And as price got down into it, I literally entered like as soon as we ended up hitting this level right here. And another big reason, I'm going to bring up Bookmap in this video, but as we see, when we ended up getting down into the level on Bookmap, we had buyers sitting at that gap fill. So this is telling me that buyers are present. This is a key area in the market. And I ended up entering MES longs and SPY calls, and my stop loss was literally right below this level right here. I wasn't risking much on these contracts. So ended up getting in as soon as we got down into the gap fill. Stop loss right below this low. I personally caught it into the opening print right here, which is still like a really, really nice move. It's like $2.30 if I'm doing the math correctly. Unfortunately, missed out on this massive move to the upside, but this was my first trade in pretty much a week. So beautiful execution, just a little bit of FOMO not capturing the rest of that move up.
My first trade back from Hawaii. How can you complain?
Yeah. But yeah, pretty straightforward trade.
That's awesome. Cool thing about how you trade too is, you stay really patient like GD does, and your risk is always very defined when you take your trades, and that's what's led you to having such a high win rate when you're live trading.
Yeah, like literally, this was our risk, this was our reward.
Solid.
Yeah, so it came out to like a 5.5 R trade.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful day inside the Team Bowl Money Team. Well, thank you guys both for being here. Again, let me know in the comments below, guys, if you want more videos just like this, if you want to learn more from GD, Brandon, they both have their own YouTubes. I'll link those below. And of course, if you want more trade recaps just like this with all three of us, maybe I'll drag Grizzly on here at some point. And, let me know in the comments what else you guys want to learn from us, what else we can do to help you guys, and tap into the free Discord. I'll put that below as well. Thank you guys for coming.
Appreciate it. Peace.